Okay, hello everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome to today's live session here on YouTube. Welcome and welcome to all of you. Apologies that we're starting this late. You are all highly welcome. All right, thank you for being here. My name remains Chukweme Kuyinizi, and I'm the founder of the Naira Academy. All right. Um, Thank you for joining. If you're just joining, please, if you're just joining, please do well to share this live with somebody to be a part of it. Share this live to be someone to be a part of it. If you're just joining us, do well to share this live with someone to be a part of it. All right, you are all welcome. Welcome and welcome and welcome. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at yet another very interesting topic. We're going to be looking at delayed gratification. This week, the whole of this week has been the week of self-discipline for us, especially for those who are in the Money Click program. We've been talking about self-discipline all through the week, especially having to go through our mastering self-discipline course, right? We've been on it throughout this week. And what we're going to be talking about today is not far from self-discipline at all. It's still in line with self-discipline, right? In fact, it's one of those things that a disciplined person should be doing, and that is the ability to delay gratification. The ability to delay gratification, right? So today we're going to be looking at delayed gratification. And we're going to be looking at training your mind to say not now, not now, right? Training your mind to say not now. A lot of times, your inability to say not now means you cannot delay gratification. And your ability to delay gratification is a very big skill. It's one skill that is needed on your wealth creation journey. You must be able to delay gratification. You must be able to. So delay gratification is not about denying yourself pleasure, right? That's not what delay gratification is. Because sometimes just the way people want to look at it, people look at it only from the point of denying yourself pleasure. And when you look at it from that point, then it becomes difficult for you to delay gratification because everybody wants, our brain wants pleasure. Yes, our brain wants enjoyment. So the moment you tell yourself delay gratification is you denying yourself of pleasure, your brain will discourage you. Your brain will resist it, right? It will resist it. And especially because a lot of us do not have that skill yet. We don't have that muscle already built up. So our brain will tend to resist it. So delayed gratification is not about denying yourself pleasure. It's about teaching your mind who is in charge. It's about taking charge of your mind. If it's about training yourself to control yourself, one of the things that we described self-discipline as 2 days ago, but that we said that self-discipline means self-control, right? That was in the mastering self-discipline course for those who are there. Self-discipline means self-control. It means self-control. So you being able to control yourself is a skill, is a vital skill, right? It's self-mastery. So delayed gratification is you being able to tell yourself that yes, I'm in control. So you are teaching your mind. The more you delay gratification, you're teaching your mind that you can be in charge. You're telling yourself that yes, I can be in charge of my mind. I can be the master of my mind. That's what you're telling yourself. That's exactly what you are doing. You know, most financial struggles are not caused by lack of knowledge. I keep saying it here every day, right? Most financial struggles is not lack of income. It is not poor income. It's not lack of opportunity. Opportunities don't lack. The most financial issues are caused by a nervous system that has been trained to seek immediate relief rather than long-term reward. So when discomfort arises, when there's boredom, when there's stress, when there's insecurity, when there's comparison, when there's pressure, the undisciplined mind reaches for money to suit it now. The undisciplined mind is about now. It's about now. Some of us, our mind have been trained to seek immediate pleasure, right? For some of us, it's about now and now and now. So we are seeking immediate relief rather than the long-term rewards. But if you're disciplined, then if you're faced with any of these issues, you pause and you ask yourself different kinds of questions. If you're about to take decisions, you ask yourself questions like, what will this choice cost me later? This decision, if I take this decision later, what is the future cost of this decision? That's one question that you must be able to ask yourself at all times. What is the future cost of my present decision? Right? What's the present cost? And that's one question a lot of us fail to ask ourselves because we react on impulse. Because we want immediate relief. We want it now and immediately. So at every time in our lives, there's a war going on. At every point in our life, there's a war going on. You know what that war is? It's the war between your present self and your future self. Every point in time in your life, there's this war going on. Every financial decision that you make is a negotiation between the two versions of you, the present you and the future you. And you have to always have it in mind. The present you wants comfort, the present you wants pleasure, the present you want approval, the present you want ease. But the future you want freedom. The future you want peace. The future you want options. The future you want dignity. It wants dignity. It wants to be able to have options. It wants to be able to have peace. That is what the future you needs. That's what the future you wants. But a lot of us rely or focus more on the present us. Right? Because we want ease. You know, I would always say that bad habits are very easy to form. Right? But hard to live with. Good habits are hard to form but easy to live with. The problem is we choose the easiest one to do. But on the long run, those ones are the difficult to deal with. So delayed gratification is the act of letting the future you speak louder. That's delayed gratification. Letting the future you speak louder. If you're not delaying gratification, you're letting the present you speak louder than your future you. So you need to ask yourself, which voice is speaking louder? The future me or the present me? The future me or the present me? You know, undisciplined people are people who consistently betray their future self. Right? They consistently betray their future self for just simple present relief. When you are overspending, when you don't have plans for retirement, when you don't have plans for tomorrow, when you are not investing, when you're not growing wealth, you are indisciplined. Not building wealth is a future of indisciplined people, and it's simply because they can't delay gratification. So they consistently betray their future self. They tell themselves, I'm going to save. Say somebody will tell them, from next month, I'll start saving money. Next month will reach. When you commit to saving money, you're committing to your future self. And the moment you break that promise, you've broken the promise to your future self. And then being disciplined does not mean you don't come under temptation. Being disciplined or becoming disciplined doesn't mean that, oh, you're not going to come under the temptation of chopping into that savings that you want to, that has been pulling you to spend from. That's not what it means. Disciplined people do not have superpowers. Being disciplined means you simply do not obey that urge for you to do that thing. That's what it means to be disciplined. Being disciplined means you understand the hard truth. And the hard truth is every impulse indulged today becomes a bill tomorrow, whether you like it or not. That's the hard truth. So you must get to a level in your life where you become so disciplined that you become so aware and you have so much self-control that you're able to resist the things that are pulling you, that you know have a lot of costs. on you tomorrow. Growing up, one person that I learned discipline from was my mother. My mother would tell you, I don't eat this. I won't eat this because it's not good for my health. No matter how you prepare it, no matter how the aroma is sweet, no matter how wonderful it looks, my mother won't taste it. Even a taste too, she won't taste it. I'll give you an example. Since I was born till today, my mother has not tasted Indomie. My mother believes that Indomie is not healthy. Till today, my mother still has not tasted Indomie. No matter how wonderful it looks, no matter how wonderful it looks. And that's why we always say that discipline is learned also by modeling. It is what you see that becomes normal to you. So the question is, what are we displaying for our children to see? Are we showing them that we're disciplined or not? And excuse me. Let's move on. Let's move on. One thing about immediate pleasure is that immediate pleasure is very addictive. Very, very addictive. Our brain is wired for survival, not wealth. Our brain wants to survive. We are all wired for survival. But if you maintain that survival mode, you can't create wealth. If you maintain that survival mode, you cannot create wealth. We are wired for survival. Right? So immediate rewards release that dopamine very quickly. What does that reward? If we're talking about food, shopping, social approval, entertainment, the brain interprets this as safety. The brain interprets it as relief, right? And over time, it learns to associate spending with emotional regulation. And that's why people spend when they are stressed. That's why people shop when they are sad. That's why people upgrade their lifestyle before upgrading their income. That's why people take loans to avoid short-term discomforts. There are people that they can't go anything that will affect their comfort, they rather borrow money and do it. But you see, delayed gratification retrains your brain to tolerate discomfort without panic. Right? Delayed gratification helps to teach your nervous system that discomfort is not danger. By default, you're wired to see discomfort as danger. Your brain is wired to see it that way. Your brain is wired for survival, right? And because of that survival, you want quick solutions. But you need delayed gratification to begin to retrain your brain to begin to tolerate you must be able to tolerate discomfort if you must build wealth. You must bring yourself to a position where you do not have all the comfort you want for the sake of the comforts that you're building for the future. You have to come to the place where you prioritize your future you against the present you. So delayed gratification is a skill. It's not a personality trait. It's a skill. When you look at it like a personality trait, then it becomes something that some individuals have and some don't. No, it's a skill and everybody can build it. Everybody can build it. It's a skill that can be acquired by everybody. Right? And that's why when people just say, there are people that have just thanked themselves as undisciplined. Somebody will just say, I'm not just disciplined. I'm not just a disciplined. People say it proudly, I'm not just a disciplined person. That's false. That's false. Discipline is a skill. Discipline is trained. It's not inherited. It's even an inherent skill that a lot of us get to have before we start building that habit of indiscipline. Every child has that inherent skill of discipline. Length also. Nobody was born with it. So it's a skill that we must all build. Just like a muscle, right? The ability to wait grows stronger with repeated use. Have you been to the gym? If you want to grow this muscle in the gym, right? The more you carry weights, the more these biceps muscles grow. The more you carry weight, the more these biceps muscles grow. Right? The more you carry weight, the more the chest muscles grow. If you're somebody who wants to have those kind of muscles, the more weight you carry, the stronger your muscles get in tune. The stronger your body gets in tune. The same thing happens with delayed gratification. See, delayed gratification is a skill that is necessary for anybody who wants to be disciplined. It's a muscle that you must build. So every time you say to yourself, not now, not now. You say it yourself, not now, to that small impulse that tells you, buy this thing, do this thing, right? Every time you say not now, you build capacity to resist bigger ones later. If you cannot say what not now to the little things of impulse that are pulling you, you can't say no to the big ones that will come later. So as you're saying not now to the small things, it can be very small. It can be that you have a very bad habit of every day you drink Coke. Every day you drink Coke. It can be as little as that. You can start with saying no, not today. Since you drink every day, you restrict yourself. Maybe you start drinking 3 times in a week. From 3 times in a week, you go to 5 times. Sorry, from 3 times you go to twice. From twice you go to once. From once you stop drinking. You start drinking twice a month. From there, you stop completely. Gradually, you take yourselves out of it. From starting with one no, one not now. You keep building that capacity. You keep building the muscle, inch by inch. Inch by inch. You need it for you to create wealth. Creating wealth is not just about making more income. The problem that a lot of people have, see, there are a lot of people who have had chance, a lot of opportunities to create wealth. The problem is their leaking pockets has been the problem. What is leaving them is more than what is coming in, even though what is coming in is increasing. So you must be watchful of what is leaking out. And for you to be watchful of that, for you to control and curtail yourself, you need delayed gratification. You must be able to tell yourself, not now, not now. You might be telling yourself, oh, you want to buy a new car that you know you don't need right now, but you want to buy it because of one emotional feeling or one thing or the other that you know is not necessary, is not logical. You should tell yourself, not now. I don't need it now. This money can do something better for me and help me get more money. You can tell yourself, not now, not now. Your ability to tell yourself not now is what helps you build wealth. That's what people don't understand. Not now compounded in 1 year, you will realize how much you've been spending on those little things you've been putting out money for. If you can take time, right, and go through your bank statement for 1 year, in the last 1 year, you'll be amazed how much have gone out of you. You'll be shocked. You ask yourself, did I really spend this money? Or what? You ask yourself, why did I spend this money on? You know? So, discipline, delayed gratification is a skill necessary for building discipline. Right? Without delayed gratification, you know, life will look like it will look like life will look like pouring water, pouring water inside a basket. Pouring water inside a basket. Delayed gratification is like driving a modest car while your income grows. Word modest. Some of us, our income can't grow because we don't let it grow. Every year we are changing cars. How will the money grow? Some of us, we're very, very good at saving. We'll take from January till December, we will save and strain ourselves. We're even good at that, stressing ourselves to save, right? We'll save the end of a new year. Somebody who just bought the car last year, you change the car again and buy another new car. All that effort poured into just another car that you didn't even need. So delayed gratification is driving a modest car when your income grows. Delayed gratification is saying no to lifestyle upgrade until systems are stable. What are those systems? They are those things that you've set up to bring money for you without you doing anything. You need to stop upgrading your lifestyles. You need to say no to the lifestyle upgrade Upgrade your income first. Your income upgrade is not only by the work that you do every day, it is also by how much the money you're saving and investing is working for you. You need to set up systems to bring you money. You need to be able to tell yourself that, oh, these are the systems that I've put in place that I will keep growing to be able to get me money when I'm not doing anything. For those in the Money Click program, we are coming right to that. Right? Delayed gratification is saving before spending, not after. It's saving before you spend. A lot of us, we don't even save. The only time that we save money is after we finish spending, and then there's some little left. Now remember that this month I never even save. Okay. The remaining, that's what you push inside the savings account. That's if you even remember at all. A lot of times, people don't even remember savings. They don't remember that savings exists. So if you treat savings last, it means you're prioritizing your present self against your future self. For every money at any point that you save, you are prioritizing your future self. But if you use that saving at the end of the day and just get a new car after buying a car last year, then you have also jeopardized your future self. Right? Yes, thank you very much for. I see that comment that says, yes, and one used to think that increase in income automatically translates to upgrade in lifestyle. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If you can maintain your lifestyle at a certain level, keep it there. As your income increases, what the income should be doing is to making more money for you. That's how you move from end income to passive income. That's how you move to becoming wealthy. We talk about wealth a lot. What is wealth? Wealth is at that point where you no longer need to work actively to make money. It is at that point where you've put in enough income generating assets to make you money. How can you build assets without money? You need money to build assets. You need money to build assets. And where you get that money from is from the work you are doing already. Every increase in your income should lead to increase in your investing. And like I would always tell you, your plan for retirement should not be pension. Your plan for retirement should be ownership. Investment should be your plan for retirement. And we've had a session where we've talked about this, so I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to dwell on it. So wealthy people are not immune to temptations either. Right? They are not immune to temptation. So we will not say that no, okay, people who have created wealth is because there are no temptation. I can't do this because there's too much temptation everywhere. There's temptation for everybody. If you're saving before spending, or the person who is saving before spending does not mean the person does not have temptations. In fact, when you do that, you are protecting your money from the temptation. If you tell yourself, as the money is coming in, I'm moving into an account that I can't easily access, that is you protecting that savings. When you leave it to access, you are going to spend it. Delayed gratification is you understanding that you have to learn before you start earning. You have to learn before you earn. A lot of people do not learn before they earn. And that's why when they earn, and when they even earn big, they move from here to the ground because they didn't learn before they started earning. And it happens we can see it every day. We can see it every day. Dividends of people who did not learn before they started earning. It's important that we learn. If not, we will make the money and then tomorrow it will become a story of I get them before. When this person used to be, when this person was, if you met this person a few years ago, if you had met this person at so point in time, things like that. So we should learn and we should continue to learn. Learning is a superpower, right? Learning is the only way that we can begin to build skills that are required for the goals that we need to achieve. right? If delayed gratification is investing while others are consuming. You know, I remember in 2023 campaigns in the Nigeria, for those who are Nigerians, a certain candidate was had his mantra as moving from consumption to production. As individuals, we need to move from consumption to investing. Our focus for a lot of us when it comes to our personal finance is not too different from what the Nigerian government is doing. It's not too different. We run the same model of finances. It's not the same. It's not too different. And that's the reason why, if you look at even the Nigerian state, it's not growing as it should. That's the reason why some of us are not growing financially as we should. It's because we prioritize consumption over investing. We should begin to prioritize investing over consumption. That's how we begin to win, right? So delayed gratification, often is misunderstood. People think when you delay gratification, people will say all sorts of things. So people will say you're stingy. People will say that you're stingy. Can you imagine? So you've used this car now for 3 years. That's being stingy. When it comes to using cars, I'm not saying you should, when your car is dying, wants to die and cripple, that you should continue using it. No. In fact, there's a level you will use a car, and if you don't change it, it will cost you more than getting a new one, right? So I was talking about people who change cars every year. But if you use a car for a certain number of years, the wear and tear becomes too much. Please change it. If not, you're going to spend more money maintaining that car than getting a new one, right? So what I'm trying to say is, there are certain times people will look at you with the lifestyle that you've chosen to live, to be able to, plan yourself better and put yourself together. They will say you're stingy, and it's okay. It's okay. People say you're behind. You might be using an iPhone 11 when they've reached 17. They say you're behind. You're behind time. You don't know waiting this up. You're way behind. Say no problem. You might be using an Android phone that was produced 3 years ago. They will say you're behind. It's fine. It's fine. Right? The only thing that reveals the wisdom of restraint is time. Only time will tell. Only time will tell if you're slow, if you're behind, if you're stingy. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Right? The story of the ant and the grasshopper. In the summer or in the rainy season, the grasshopper will be jumping from one grass to another, enjoying himself. It didn't even go and tell the ants that you walk too much. You walk too much. Why can't you just for once enjoy yourself, you this ant? For once, enjoy yourself. But when the harmattan comes, when the dry season comes, right? When winter comes and there's nothing to eat, it is that ant that was told that he walks too much. That's the ant that the grasshopper will still want to go to say, can you give me some things to eat? I don't have anything. Because the ant focused and prioritized his future self. Because the ant understood the concept of seasons of life. Understanding and prioritizing your future self is you realizing that there are seasons in life. You can't be productive as you are today all your life. It's not possible. You must plan for the time when you will not be as productive as this. So when we talk about seasons and the story of the ant and the grasshopper, your winter does not necessarily mean it will happen within a circle of a year. Your winter might start in the next 10 years. Your winter might be in the next 20 years. Your winter might be in the next 30, 40 years. But you must plan for it. You must plan for it. If you don't plan for it, then you're self-sabotaging yourself. All right? So people who can't wait, people who can't delay gratification stay broke. That's a fact. People who cannot delay gratification live at the mercy of urgency. We need to move away from living at the mercy of urgency. Urgent spending, urgent 2K, urgent debt, urgent decision, everything is urgent. That's a trait of people who lack delayed gratification. They live at the mercy of urgent. Everything becomes urgent for them. So people like this are constantly reacting instead of building, always reacting, right? Money flows in and it flows out just as fast because it's being used as a painkiller, not a tool. If money becomes a tool of urgency for you, you're using money as painkiller. Painkiller for the surge of emotions, painkiller for your urge, painkiller for your emotional imbalance, painkiller for everything. You're not using money as a tool. And it's a problem. It's a problem against your goal to achieve wealth. It's a problem. Right? Wealth requires patience because wealth is built. Wealth is not found. They don't find wealth. Nobody they find wealth. You build wealth. You build up that portfolio that will serve you when you're no longer actively working. You have to build it. Nobody will build it. You don't find it somewhere. So delayed gratification is something that everybody must imbibe. It's a muscle everybody must build. One step at a time. Right? And the deepest level of delayed gratification is identity-based. Because let's say, for example, disciplined people don't say, I won't buy this. Right? A disciplined person will look at a particular item and say, this is not who I am becoming. So for somebody who is disciplined, it is not about what is being bought. It is about who the person is becoming. It's about identity. So for you to use discipline as a tool in delayed gratification, then you must understand that it is tied to your identity. The restraint that you use is tied to your identity. Right? When you see yourself as a builder, as a steward, as a long-term thinker, then your identity changes. And once your identity changes, once it shifts, your self-control becomes easier because your choices are now aligned with who you believe you are. If you believe you're a builder, if you believe you're a good steward, if you believe you're a long-term thinker, then there are certain decisions, right, that your self-control will no longer allow you to take. There are certain decisions you can no longer allow to take. You're no longer allowed to take by default. And every time you go against, one thing with these principles we're talking about is that there are consequences when you go against them. Right? There are consequences. And the consequence, the biggest of them is habits. For every time you do not delay gratification, there is a consequence. For every time you also delay gratification, there's a price to it. Your savings compound. If you delay gratification, your debt compound. Sorry, if you do not delay gratification, your debts compound. If you delay gratification, your savings compounds. If you delay gratification, your skills compound. Also, if you decide that you don't want to delay gratification, your being unskilled will also compound. Everything compounds in the negative or in the positive. If you delay gratification and become more disciplined, your confidence compounds, your self-respect compounds. Right? And compounding is very, very quiet. It's not shouty. It happens gradually without even you realizing it. It's not dramatic. But over time, restraint becomes leverage. Those small sacrifices that you're making here and there, they turn into large freedom. They turn out to become what is making up the huge part of your investment because you're consistent and they are little, but you're consistent. So we all need to train our minds practically to be able to delay gratification. Right? We all need to understand and start telling ourselves to pause before we spend. When you pause before you spend, you create a space between urge and action. Right? When you name the trade-off for the thing that you would have wanted to buy, then that's also another way that you delay gratification. For example, let's say you suddenly want to buy um, a shoe right now, but you don't need the shoe, right? You can tell yourself, I will buy this now after I am in a better position to acquire it. Or I won't buy this now because this money would have to go into so and so to position me on the path to so and so goal. Or you ask yourself even a simple question: if I buy this thing now, what does it position me for? What will this shoe position me for? This new gadget, if I buy it, what will it position me for? Right? Is it positioning you for wealth, or is it positioning you for consumption? Delayed gratification grows when you reward patience. Right? When you reward patience, acknowledge yourself when you wait. It grows when you visualize future relief. Yesterday, that was one of the things that we talked about yesterday in the Money Click, in the Mastering Self Discipline course. We talked about your ability to visualize, the ability to visualize future relief, right? Your ability to picture the peace of having options, your ability to picture the joy of having enough, your ability to picture the joy of getting to a position where you can never fall from anymore. See, when you get to a position of wealth, you can never be poor again. Delayed gratification grows when you practice with small things. You start with food, entertainment, impulse buys, small things. You start practicing, right? And every successful delay strengthens your inner authority. You must be able to say not now to yourself. You must be able to teach your children not now as well. So the reward for delayed gratification is not money alone. It's not. It's freedom. It's freedom. It's freedom from debt. It's freedom from anxiety. It's freedom from living paycheck to paycheck. It's freedom to choose, not to react. It's freedom. So people who master delayed gratification they don't live smaller lives. They live later, they live larger. And that is the power of training your mind to say, not now. You tell your mind, not now because I want more later. Not now because I want more later. And thank you. That is where we come to the end of this session today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we begin to start little by little to start telling ourselves not now, right? Let's start delaying the gratification. More importantly, let's also start teaching our children. Like I was in the Inner Circle webinar just before I came in for this live session just a few minutes ago. And Coach Wendy was still talking about this, being able to teach your children to wait. Let's start with ourselves. Let's teach ourselves first. Let's teach ourselves to wait. Being able to wait is you building your skill for delayed gratification. Start with small things. Everybody should have that ability to wait. If you can't wait, then it means that you lack delayed gratification. It means that you cannot delay gratification. And if you can't delay gratification, that is a negative on your journey to becoming disciplined. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. My regards to all of you who are here. My regards to everybody who joined. Glad to have you here. Remember, for those who are in the Mastering Self-Discipline course, today is the grand finale of that course. And if you're not in that course, you can always get on board and catch the replays. We've been there for 2 days now. Today is the third and final day for the course. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for your dedication to learning. And dedicating to learning is a skill for building delayed or for few for building delayed gratification. It's a skill of a disciplined person, right? So thank you and thank you and thank you. This is where we draw the curtain for the day. Thank you, Mrs. Banky Tata Academy. Thank you, Mrs. Blessing the Beret. Thank you, Botashikia. Thank you to Madam Linda Oku and everyone who is here. Esther Essel, thank you, Madam Bosede, thank you, and thank you to Mr. Isaac Eklu. Yes, thank you to all of you for being here, and hope to see you again tonight by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes, see you by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Do have a lovely day ahead. Bye bye.
Guy, have fun now.
Omo, I'm not really fine. Do you know they paid me last week and right now I can't even boost up to 10,000 naira in my account?
Seriously?
Yes.
Did you budget?
Which one is budgeting? Now I'm not a politician.
That's when your money is missing like NEPA light.
But I didn't buy anything serious, shoes, bags, the thing that guys need now. And just like that, fiam, the money has disappeared.
But it's all these little things. That's why it's taking your money.
Nah. But what should I do?
See, you have to create a budget. You have to track your spending. You have to prioritize your needs over your wants. And you have to save before you spend, not the other way around.
So what you're trying to say that this money management thing is no child's play?
It's no child's play at all.
The Money Click is an annual financial literacy program to help you up your money game. The Money Click is not just about money, it's about mindset. So in the Money Click program, go beyond budgeting to rewire your thinking, to rewire your mindset, to change your thinking about income, to change your thinking about money management. So we'll help you grow your income, we'll help you manage it, we'll help you invest with confidence. Money is not just about what you know. Money is more about how you behave. And every day in the Money Click program, what we'll try to do is to influence how you behave about money. This is not just financial education. This is financial transformation. I will hope to see you become a part of it. Thank you.